Young learners, today we will be learning another part of speech and grammar that denotes any action, condition, a state of being, or existence. Children, any guesses? Yes, we will be discussing about verbs. Firstly, verbs are divided into main verbs and auxiliary or helping verbs. The main verbs, however, are further subdivided into finite and non-finite verbs. Let us first learn about the difference between finite and non-finite verbs. Students, a verb is limited by the person and number of the subject in the sentence. These are called finite verbs. Finite verbs are further subdivided into transitive and intransitive verbs. Let us understand these concepts. A transitive verb requires an object to complete its meaning. Very simply, a transitive verb is followed by an object or objects. For example, in the statement, the patient needs medicine. The patient is the subject. Needs is a present simple tense, finite verb, and this verb is followed by an object. Since the verb needs is followed by an object, medicine is considered as a transitive verb. However, in case of an intransitive verb, the verb does not require an object to complete its meaning. It has a complete meaning by itself. For example, the child smiled. In the given example, the child, which is the subject, is only followed by a verb. Smiled, the verb does not require an object to complete its meaning, and thus smiled is an intransitive verb. Now that we have finalized ourselves with finite verbs and their types, let's focus on non-finite verbs. What differentiates non-finite verbs from finite verbs is that former is not limited by the subject, that is, by the subject's person and number. Also, non-finites, unlike finites, do not have any tense forms. Non-finite verbs can be divided into infinitives, participles, and gerunds respectively. Let's start off with an infinitive. An infinitive is also referred to as the to verb. For example, I want to play. In this sentence, to play is considered as an infinitive. An infinitive can be used subjects to complementary to a verb in different sentences. In the example given on the screen, to cross is the infinitive. Now let's understand participles. A participle is like a verb performing the function of an adjective in the sentence. In the example, nobody could enter the burning house. Though burning is a verb in this sentence, it is describing the noun house by thus performing the function of an adjective. Thus, this non-infinitive verb is called a verbal adjective or an adjectival participle. A present participle ends with an ing and describes an incomplete action or state. In the given examples, both participles burning and waiting indicates the continuation of the action as they are in ing. A past participle, on the other hand, ends in ed, en, ne, t, n. It denotes a complete action or a state which is over. In both of these examples, the words broken and injured and with the en or ed and indicates a completion in the process. Thus, these words are past participles. Lastly, we move to the non-finite verbs, that is, gerunds. A gerund is a word which is formed with a verb but performs the work of a noun. Hence, a gerund is also referred as a verbal noun. A gerund is turned by adding an ing to the verb. A gerund always answers the question what. A gerund only functions as a noun, whereas past participle functions as adjective. However, both the present participle and the gerund end in ing. Let's now have a look at how gerunds can appear in a sentence. Example: swimming helps us to maintain a good health. In this sentence, swimming appears as a subject and also answers the question what. What helps us maintain good health? The answer is swimming, and therefore it is a gerund. A gerund can also be used as a complement of a verb, that is, after incomplete verbs like is, was, were, etc., provided they answer the question what. For example, her hobby is painting. In the given sentence, a question can be asked, what is hobby? And we would get painting as the answer. Thus, the word is a gerund. Gerund is also used after prepositions. Example: he was accused of smuggling. Here, the gerund appears immediately after the preposition of. Also, what was accused of? The answer would be smuggling. Thus, it is considered as a gerund. The fourth use of a gerund is that it is used after the verb mind. I don't mind going there. What do I not mind? Going there. Hence, going becomes a gerund in the given sentence. Lastly, only a gerund can be substituted with an infinitive. Let's consider these examples. Anu likes to play chess with her class teacher. In this sentence, to play is the infinitive. The same verb can, however, be written in ing form. The sentence would thus be, Anu likes playing chess with her class teacher. We have replaced the infinitive form to play with playing. When the question is asked, what does Anu like? The answer is achieved, that is, playing chess. Therefore, in second sentence, we have successfully replaced infinitive with a gerund.